from day one, I've always sought to be able to just find a way to make artwork and make money, even if it's just like a little job on the side to help fund it. I never really wanted to have a classic sort of 9-to-5 working day. I just wanted to be able to create stuff, draw pictures. As an artist, I think I'm a colourful loner. I think that's probably my sideline or something, I don't know. It's just a girl that likes to draw. I am a jack of all trades, definitely. I do loads of different things. So I do digital illustrations and commissions, and that's where a lot of the business work kind of started. So a lot of it started with digital illustrations and the like. And then I make accessories and apply sort of patterns and textures to different things, whether it's like necklaces or jewellery or fabric or using paint and more traditional techniques. So I just like to try out all these different things.
I tend to prefer to do a lot of the digital work at the moment, mainly because I don't really know what I'm doing at the moment, which I don't know if we're all allowed to admit that.
I think my style's definitely changed a lot in the last year since I've got a space here, and I think it's quite noticeable. But I don't know if that's because I'm in a position where I've got more room physically to kind of just be a bit more playful, a bit more experimental with things. I can walk away from it and go home and relax, and then I can come back the next day and try things out, because I think having a space at home really limits you, because it's something that's just sort of in the back of your mind. Being a freelance full-time artist is terrifying. No, it's fine. It's a little bit. It's a weird mixture of work and play, and it's something I've inspired or aspired to do all my life. Because obviously you're responsible for making sure that you're getting enough money to sort of pay the bills, and it's little things like that. It's those everyday things that you take for granted when you have either a salary job or a job that you can kind of guarantee shifts for, so you know that at least you can calculate, I'll get a rough idea of how much money I'm going to get each month. And that unpredictability of working as a freelance artist is a whole different game, because each month changes. It's so varied, but I guess that's all part of the fun. You kind of have to spice things up a bit and not really know where you're going. Instagram really struck a chord with me because it was predominantly a visual or purely visual platform. Has been really good for sourcing work and finding projects. Like, I found that a lot of people have found my work and contacted me about ideas that they've got or projects they've got in the pipelines that they think we could work together on, and that's been really interesting. It's kind of switched up and changed how we talk to each other about finding new things to do. So
I think another interesting thing with social media and sort of art and illustration is it's really blurring the boundaries of inspiration and copying, I think, is a really big thing. Because I think it's all fun and games sort of turning around and saying you're inspired by someone and then create, like, mimicking a particular design style and stuff.
I mean, there are loads of difficult things that you have to deal with, I think, as an artist. And when you're a freelance artist and work on doing digital commissions, or just commissions in general, I guess working to a brief, working with clients, finding the right people to work alongside with, because sometimes you'll just have to find a way to say no, and that's probably one of the hardest things to do in an art practice. I find a lot of inspiration from like fashion and colours and patterns, and I think you can tell probably time of the year when I sort of make things due to the colours. Like if they're really bright and colourful, it tends to be a summer thing, or like quite vibrant, and if the colours are a bit more muted and a bit, I don't know, sort of maybe gloomy, then it's definitely an English winter thing. But yeah, it's interesting. Art for me is, I don't know, it's probably more of a process than it is a finished piece. I think art's something that you do because you enjoy it, or you do because you feel the need to do it, and it results in something that, I don't know, I just don't know how words can describe it really. Oh, I'd never give up art. Yeah, that's something that would never cross my mind. It's always been something I've done, and I just can't imagine. I'd go mad if I didn't have a way to sort of create something or do something new. Like it fills me with so much happiness and just gets me from A to B.